Seems like every time I turn around, there's a new entry in the double stack, so what some people call the 2011 market. Well, enter Jacob Grey. We have a new pistol from Jacob Grey, and we're going to talk about it. Stay with me. I want to thank Ann Arbor Arms for providing a facility to let me look at a new entry in the double stack market. This is the Jacob Grey, and it is the TWC 9. I understand that stands for throwback with capacity, and it is a double stack type, 1911, 2011, whatever you want to call it, but comes in a nice carry case, even has a pistol cutout for it, and with a whole lot of good stuff. I'll talk about what it comes with. We'll first get that out of the way. It does come with two, count them, two 17-round magazines. These are staccato compatible, for all I know. It comes with an actual owner's manual. Hear that, Kimber? A real paper manual. I know it probably cost them an extra $1 to put that in. And it is optics cut, and this one comes with an RMS C plate as well as an RMS plate, each of which has the rear sight still attached to it. Now, I'm not taking much out of this package because this is a brand new gun. It's the only one they have in stock here, and has not been fired. So this will go, I'm sure, to a good customer at some point in the very near future. And as you can see, since we are indoors, the gun is fully unloaded. So this is billed as capacity with precision. Now, Jacob Grey is an aerospace company. Actually, they were doing precision machining for the aerospace industry before they got into firearms. They were doing carbines for a while, and recently they came out with this double stack. This would be compared favorably with the Staccato P. This is a 4¼ inch barrel. Staccato is what, 4.4 inch now. The unique thing about this, though, and instead of like the Staccato, we'll have a hybrid frame that's going to be aluminum or steel and polymer. This is all machined aluminum. One billet of 7075 aluminum makes the entire grip module, so that it's not all pieced together. Although it does appear to be in two pieces, just based on where the attachment points are there. But again, it's aluminum as opposed to polymer. Supposedly has a military grade hard anodized finish on the aluminum frame, a 416 stainless steel slide that again has the nice matte black type of finish on it, and as you can see, it is optics ready. It does come with suppressor height sights, and when you take the back plate off, the rear sight obviously comes off with it, but again, the packaged plates for mounting do have a sight on them. The rear sight is just plain black recessed notch, which I really like. I like a black sight. I know some people want their white dots. I like a black sight. It does have an XS, that's the letter X, the letter S, big dot tritium front sight. Again, is suppressor height and will co-witness with the mounting options on it. Ambidextrous safety, typical grip safety, wide beaver tail on it. We'll come back to that in just a minute. It does have a rail. Everybody has to have a rail nowadays, and a sort of a tri-top cut slide. Decent texture, although I haven't run this, but it doesn't feel like this texturing on the slide is going to be super aggressive. I don't know how it's going to work with wet or slippery hands. Aluminum trigger. This is supposedly one-piece aluminum flat-face trigger, and I didn't bring my trigger gauge to weigh it. They claim this is about 3.5 pounds, and it feels lighter than 3.5 pounds. This feels like probably closer to 2.5 to 3 right now. I'd really like to shoot this, but again, it's a new gun, and it has not yet gone to a customer. There is texturing on the front of the grip strap, and a nice, well, it's not really a squared off trigger guard, but enough so that if you do shoot with your finger in front of the trigger guard, which I certainly don't recommend, but some people still do, you can still get a good purchase on that. Nice mag well, real nice mag well. The texture carries on around to the back also, and there's also checkering on the back. Feels like machine checkering that's going to give a real good grip. However, there's no texture on the side panels, and I talked to a couple other employees here at Ann Arbor Arms, and they have the same feeling that I have, that there's really just not enough good grip surface, particularly for the secondary hand, which needs to meld right in here. There's just nothing to grip with that hand. Why they made that smooth, I have no idea. I'm sure somebody will come up with, like Talon will come up with grips for it. On a $2,500 gun, you shouldn't have to be putting Talon grips on it to give you that side texture. Second concern that a number of us had with this gun is there's, I don't know how well it'll show up here in the camera, right here, just by the shape of the safety lever coming down. Let's see if I can get a good focus on it. Right there causes a pinch point. You can see how the safety and the beaver tail are really not perfectly fitted. And right in here, I do get, and again, I haven't fired it, so this is just in holding it and in dry firing it, but shooting with a high thumb, which is how I shoot anything with a manual safety on it, there's definitely a pinch point right in here. That needs to be smoothed out, and maybe they'll work on that on future iterations, but it's definitely a point of contention for those of us who have handled this particular gun. Competes with the Staccato P. Now this allegedly weighs 30 ounces empty, and again, it's aluminum frame. The Staccato P comes in, now it's got a 4.4 inch barrel on the Staccato, comes in at, I believe it's 28 ounces for the aluminum frame, or better than, what, 34 ounces or something like that for the steel frame. I don't know the exact specs on it. And of course, with the Staccato, you're going to pay the same thing, same price for the Staccato P as you're going to pay for the Jacob Grey. However, the Jacob Grey does come with the two mounting plates. Staccato, you're going to pay your $2,500 for it, but you're also going to have to spend about $150 or $160 for each optic plate that you want to add to it. These are also available with the Zerotech Optic Thrive red dot on it for $200 more. I believe that's about a $300 optic. Okay, I have no experience with that optic at all, but they're going to put a relatively unknown optic on a $2,500 gun. I would think that a lot of people would be opting for something a little bit more mainstream, RMR or Delta Point Pro or something similar to that. But again, that kind of is what it is. So $2,500 as the way it sits right now. But again, and even texture on the memory bump or speed bump on the grip safety. So it's a new entry to the market, competes with Staccato P and maybe even with the Bull SAS2, and which is, by the way, a whole lot less expensive than this. Haven't shot it yet. Once it goes to a new owner, I'll see if I can get a hold of that owner and maybe get some range time with it. We'll see where it goes. But the Jacob Grey TWC 9 double stack, and by the way, they also claim that the grip isn't any wider on this double stack than it is on a standard GI spec with GI spec grips, single stack, but it does feel a little different just because of the shape of the double stack grip. Jacob Grey, new to the market for handguns, aerospace engineering background, a couple of minor gripes on it, but so far we'll see how it shakes out. Thanks for stopping in.